Hello folks, this is Gustavo. In short video, let me help you with 7 ways to be more resilient. That's one of the articles that I had talked or discussed with some of my students, because I assume this is a very interesting topic and we should explore this in a certain way. So let me introduce this. Okay. In life, we all face stressful experiences. As you can see here, for sure, in life we all face stressful experiences. Absolutely. Sometimes, once in a while, we face problems, troubles, and so on. And then we need to overcome those circumstances, or problems, or issues. But each of us is very different in how we cope with these experiences. So in this case, we really need to overcome the situation. Probably the word you may not comprehend here is cope, is the way we deal with our problems. Cope. Let me try to find we cope with, the way we deal, okay? We deal. Some of us cope well, and many even grow and improve as a result of stress, which is good. Others struggle and may even develop mental health issues in the face of stress. That's the huge problem, and this is a huge impact for your life. Personally, I assume this is important to pay attention to it, okay? It's very interesting and important to pay attention to it. So resilience is the set of personal qualities that enable us to thrive in the face of adversity. Look at this short part here, the text. Resilience. Resilience is the set of personal qualities, qualities that enable us to thrive. The word is thrive, okay? To thrive in the face of adversity. Thrive is to prosper, okay? If you are a resilient kind of person, know that this is a set of personal qualities that you might have, and then this will help you to face the adversity. It may involve being calm, for example. It may involve being calm in difficult situations, implementing effective coping mechanisms, and handling criticism well. So again, it may involve being calm in difficult situations. And again, this is quite hard once in a while to handle with. Not everyone may be so calm in difficult situations. Implementing effective coping mechanisms and handling criticism well. I don't know for you, but handling criticism is something we all shall know how to it. Then, why is resilience important? Ongoing stress can be hard on our mental and physical health. Okay? So stress can be hard on our mental and physical health. You need to know how to deal with stress. It's very important. Personal resilience can buffer us from these effects, shutting down the stress cycle and hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, enabling us to better fight off illness and other negative outcomes. So what's saying this short paragraph here is that basically you need to handle stress. You need to understand how to do that, okay? Because this may cause mental as well as physical damage, problems, issues, okay? We don't want that. Personal resilience can buffer us from these effects. Okay? Buffer us. Buffer, in this case, may prevent, means that may prevent us from these effects or side effects, shutting down the stress cycle. Okay? Shutting down, turning it off. But resilience can mean different things. Yes, for sure. To different people. For example, to someone who is extroverted, resilience may mean spending extra time with friends, which is very good. To an introvert, resilience may mean spending more time alone. For example, if you are an introvert. Okay? Although each of us may cope, again, know how to deal with that, this is the meaning of cope. So, although each of us may cope with struggles by using different strategies, do you know that? Sometimes you know how to deal with problems. And if so, you're going to use some strategies for that. The key is to know what works for us. Because if you know what works for you, of course you know how to cope with struggles. And in which circumstance. Okay, so we have some ideas here that I could share with you. For example, practice acceptance. Strive for self-knowledge. Take care of yourself. Practice self-love. Build social connections and take a step back, as well as make meaning. Probably the last one. But let me help you with the first one, practice acceptance. What's that? So much pain is created for our tendency to fight the things we cannot change. Look, so much pain is created from our tendency to fight the things we can't create. I'm sorry for that, guys. I can't pause the recording, and it's too cold here where I am now. But the more time we spend getting upset, and why should we? Doesn't make sense. About the uncontrollable situations in our lives, the more time we spend stressed. So you shouldn't spend your time thinking in negative situations. That's it. Don't spend don't spend your time stressed or thinking on stressful situations. That's what practice acceptance is. Comprehend what's going on. Use logic to solve your problems, not emotion, and make it happen. So, for example, here we have focusing on how we can make the future better. Well, this is the end of this short paragraph here, but put focus on what works for you. This is it, practice acceptance. Strive for self-knowledge. What's that? Self-knowledge is essential to resilience. So, you need to know yourself, because this is one of the essence of being resilient. If we do not know ourselves well enough to cope with stressors in ways that are effective for us, then we are likely to struggle. So we need to cope with stressors. We need to deal with stressors. We need to solve problems. Stay aware of the situations. That's it. For example, maybe we cope by drinking alcohol or using drugs when we are upset. In this case, it's very sad, because if you don't, this will become a huge problem for you. or for someone you know or care about. But if so, you know you may overcome this kind of problem. But the next day, we just end up feeling worse. Sure, we don't want to feel worse because, let's say, someone, I don't know, we or someone drunk or used any kind of illegal stuff. No, we don't, for sure. So, by developing self-knowledge, we can take actions that help us recover from difficulties more easily. And that's the idea here, guys. We need to know more about self-knowledge. You need to know more about yourself. You need to recognize who you are, what you are doing in this world, etc. Okay? So don't screw with things, mainly with your life. Take care of yourself. It's another topic. When we are sick, tired, and malnourished, we have a harder time responding to any types of stress, big or small. Our bodies just don't have the resource. For example, research has found that sugar intakes relate to depression. Of course, if you're malnourished, if you don't have enough nutrients, okay, for your body, if you're sick or if you're tired, you won't even have energy enough to deal with your problems. So you need rest and you need to eat well, good food. Practice self-love. That's so interesting. Self-love in this case is quite similar to self-worth, self-confidence, as well as self-esteem. If you have a good self-esteem, fine, good for you. May be a crucial part of what it means to be resilient. If you know you well, this is the first thing I don't know, but I think this is one of the things you must have. It's a must have, or something that may help you. That's what I'm trying to say. Something that you may be to be more resilient is self-esteem. Then positive self-views are closely linked to positive outcomes like happiness and well-being. Yes, positive self-views. Okay, those are very important as well because they are connected to positive outcomes like happiness. Once you see yourself in a different perspective or through a different perspective, like being happy or feeling happy, things change. Then after that we have social connections, number 5 here. No matter what we are doing, we feel better when we are doing it with others, which is great. That makes social connections a crucial component of resilience. In fact, one of the most reliable ways to boost well-being is by developing high-quality social relationships. That's what you and we all need to do. Have good friends, people who we can talk to and discuss about anything, or for example, to talk about your problems, whatever. This may help. Take a step back. What's that? Sometimes when we are going through something difficult, we get so immersed in it that we can't see straight. Our emotions overwhelm and our perspectives narrow. That's why resilience often means being able to take a step back to look at our situation from outside ourselves. So you need to step back and see the situation from a different perspective. Okay? If we look at our situation as if we were a fly on the wall or a passerby on the street, we can get some much needed objective that can help decrease our negative emotions. Again, negative emotions, decrease them. This is it. Of course, there is no turn on and off switch for that, but how important it is to manage it, okay? And what I mean by manage it, of course I'm not a therapist, a psychologist, no, but take a time, to reflect, talk to your friends, or try to solve your own problems through different perspectives. And last, we have make meaning. It's human nature to try to make meaning of our challenge. We often create explanations in our mind for why things happen to us and why they happen the way they did. This can help us cope with loss and other stressful events. So, the human nature in practice, make meaning of a challenge, This means that we create explanations in our mind for why things happen. So, once in a while we catch ourselves thinking about the reasons for events or things or facts. Sometimes it doesn't even matter, sometimes it does. So that's why meaning making can be a key part of resilience. But you're gonna have to decide about this one. If we think that bad things happen for seemingly no reason, we can end up feeling lost or out of control. So, in this case, you may be positive. You should be, not maybe, but you should be positive. Have a good and great attitude, a mental attitude, okay? Have a great and good attitude. This is very important. Folks, this is it for this topic. I hope you like it. This is an interesting topic about ways to be more resilient. I know it's not easy. It's kind of a hard kind of thing to comprehend and to incorporate in your life, but you need to practice, ok? Pessoal, a intenção desse vídeo aqui não é fazer leitura apenas, né? Mas é mostrar para vocês na prática como textos com esse tipo de característica aqui, eles podem te ajudar. Por isso que eu gosto tanto do inglês, né? Eu ensino inglês já há um bom tempo, não sou perfeito, muitas vezes eu erro também, isso não é um problema para mim. Mas o que eu quero dizer é que temas como estes aqui podem ajudar a ser muito úteis, né? Então temas como resiliência, nesse caso nós vimos aqui várias coisas legais, principalmente aqui, olha só, a parte do self-love or self-esteem, autoestima, né, e amor próprio. Eles te ajudam muito a enxergar certos problemas através de ângulos diferentes, né? Então por isso que eu gosto de ajudar o pessoal com o inglês, né? Eu gosto de ensinar inglês. Isso aqui é um dos temas que eu discuto com os alunos com os meus alunos, com a galera que estuda comigo, né? Se você também tiver interesse em estudar, dá uma olhada aqui, deixar o meu contato aqui na descrição aqui do vídeo. Ok? Você pode entrar em contato comigo. Não sei em que momento você está assistindo este vídeo aqui. Por enquanto nós temos alguns grupos de estudos, né? E nós praticamos conversação, entre outras coisas. Tá bom, pessoal? Se você curtiu, é um vídeo, né, um pouco mais denso. Eu espero que vocês tenham curtido. Se você gostou, deixa um like. Se inscreva aqui no canal. Se você quiser fazer meu treinamento de inglês, o English for Everyone, vou deixar o link aqui também na descrição. E os links das minhas mídias sociais aí, beleza, galera? Então, vai estar aqui Instagram e todos os outros, né? Face, tá tudo aqui. Espero que eu tenha ajudado de alguma maneira. Tá? O objetivo desses vídeos é esse: trazer um pouco mais de conhecimento, coisa útil, né? Não fútil, útil, né? Para que vocês possam desenvolver o idioma e também ganhar então conhecimento com coisas do dia a dia. Ok, pessoal? Então é isso. Deixa eu ver se está gravando aqui. Ok. Muito bem. E nos vemos no próximo vídeo. Até lá.